it's very exciting stuff. All right, welcome to my first interview for Staaby's Indie Connection, and it's with the great Jonathan Greer. He's here.
What's up, guys?
Cheering! Yes! We're in front of a live studio audience, and who knows how well they'll behave, but we'll see.
Yay!
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. So, yes, I'm here with Jonathan Greer. We're going to talk about his creation, Capt'n Heroic. Yep, right here. It's mostly a web comic, right?
Yeah, right now it's going to go to print pretty soon.
Okay, so we are halfway through the second issue. Oh, thanks for the applause. Thanks a lot, audience.
We're a quarter of the way through the second chapter.
Okay, quarter of the way through the second chapter. The second chapter is it entitled Buddy Brothel?
BuddyBrothel.com is the title of the second chapter, and it's split up into 4 parts. This right here is the first part, and I just finished the first part today, post on Monday, and so we got 3 more parts.
Yeah, I saw today's post.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting stuff. But let's go back to the beginning. So when did you come up with Capt'n Heroic?
Oh man, it's probably been like 10 years ago. I wanted to do an animation. I just wanted to do a cartoon. I had a YouTube channel and I was doing all these animations and these stupid little cartoons, and Capt'n Heroic was one of the ones that I really wanted to do. And so for 10 years I just kept putting it off and putting it off. And I wanted it to be a good series, I wanted to think about the story and the characters. And then finally I just realized like animation takes so long.
Yeah.
So I wanted to find a way to get his story out a way I could do it myself. And so I started researching webcomics, and I was like, that's the way to do it. I can do that myself and get it done pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But animation would have taken years and years to do it.
So at some point maybe the goal is to animate it, or
I want to pitch it to Frederator Studios eventually.
Okay.
And hopefully they'll pick it up. I have my 3rd chapter written, or kind of storyboarded and written out. And once I get to it, I want to pitch it to Frederator Studios.
All right, excellent. So for those of you that haven't read any Capt'n Heroic, we're going to get you onto it after this video. But one of the characters, John McKnight, right? Well, we've got John McKnight and John Greer's.
No relation. I didn't really want to do John McKnight, but it felt like it rolled pretty well.
Okay.
And my wife actually thinks it's supposed to be me, but it's not at all.
Well,
it's not at all.
He does happen to be like a millionaire, successful businessman,
just like me, right?
Superhero at night. So.
Actually, honestly, I didn't want to name him John, but it rolled off the tongue, John McKnight.
All right. That's fine. I take it. So we are set in Pearl City. Any reason for Pearl City? Just you like the name?
No, I wanted something.
Been to Hawaii? You like Pearl City, Hawaii?
Actually, never heard of that.
Yeah, there's a Pearl City.
I was thinking white being kind of like to symbolize clean and pure, and which that's the opposite of Pearl City. So that's why I just wanted it to be
something
different, kind of contrasting what it really is.
Sure. So some of my favorite parts are the dealings between Jesus and Archie, his angel friend.
Yes.
So is that something based off of something in your life, or?
Well, the religion part, I've always been around religion, and so that's why I brought Jesus as a character into my story, not to push beliefs or anything, but to just be a fun character.
Yeah.
And actually, a lot of people say that their back and forthness is like their favorite part of the story, and it's a lot of fun to write because Archie is kind of like he's the annoying friend who gets you in trouble, and Jesus is the goody goody who just wants to have fun and be, yeah, he's Jesus. But
you do have kind of a religious theme throughout. Now, is that intentional, or is that just how the story evolved? Or?
It's intentional. I always wanted to make, Captain Heroic comes from heaven. Mm-hmm. God creates him to save the earth. And like I said, that's part of my, my background. A lot of religion and then comic books, and I kind of blended the two. But it's not really going to follow any real religious beliefs. Yeah. It's just going to be the characters having fun.
Sure. So Captain Heroic is created in heaven. Not exactly the brightest bulb out there.
Wrong hero.
But to become the wrong hero, he has to do something extremely wise and forthright. So you have a contradictory sort of beginning to him, and maybe so maybe there's more to Captain Heroic than we can appreciate. Or did he just get lucky?
He gets lucky a lot, and eventually, it's not really a secret that him and the Silent Knight are going to team up and eventually be a duo.
Yeah.
And the Silent Knight, obviously, right now he's portrayed like a Batman character, and so he's gonna be the brains. And then Captain Heroic is he's a man-child. He's never had a childhood.
Sure.
So in his head, he's a kid. He just wants to play and have fun. And so the two characters are going to really contrast each other, and they're going to get in conflicts between themselves a lot, but they're always going to come out on top.
Yes, good.
Or are
they? Or are they? Yes, the old hitch there. So, the name Captain Heroic. We know the Captain comes from Captain Crunch.
Captain Munch.
Captain Munch. True. The Heroic was from the reporter.
Yeah.
So, did you really love Captain Crunch cereal when you were young?
I did. Actually, I was trying to think of a name that was very generic. I wanted a very generic superhero because it kind of fits his character. His powers are pretty much Superman, but he's a dumb Superman. He's a child like Superman. And so I wanted something that was simple and generic. And at first I wanted to name him Hero. And then I found out that there was a show in the 2000s called
Heroes.
Was that it?
Yeah.
And was there a character named Hero?
Hero, yes, but Hiro.
Okay.
Yes, Hero.
Close enough. And so eventually it just evolved into Captain Heroic, and then there's characters named Captain Heroic, and Capt'nHeroic.com was taken, so I was like, I'll do it like the cereal.
Yeah.
So I just moved some of the letters and put an apostrophe in there, and it's Captain Heroic.
Excellent. There you go. See? You learn something new every day. So he's naked.
He is.
Is he going to get clothes anytime soon?
He will eventually. He's the third chapter is the one that everything is set to be. It's episodic. Everything's going to be set in place by the third chapter. And so the first two chapters, it's kind of setting up the story. Is the first chapter in the beginning was the creation of Captain Heroic and why he came about. Then the second chapter, BuddyBrothel.com, is how him and Silent Knight meet up. And so he's going to get his costume this chapter, finally. I know everybody's like, I want to see him in costume. And honestly, if I went back and did it, I would rearrange things to put him in costume a little bit sooner.
He's running around naked.
It's fun. And it's not about the costume. It's about the character. He's a goofy man-child, and I kind of want to display his character before the costume.
I dig it. It's always looking for something to cuddle.
Yeah. Who is it?
I wonder why no one wants to cuddle with him.
We would if we were.
Yeah, we'll take you in, Capt'n Heroic. So, you had talked about the team up. Now, I was kind of wondering in my head, well, Silent Night, John McKnight's getting a little salty towards Capt'n Heroic right now, so thinking, well, maybe he becomes a villain, but you're saying that there's going to be some team-up action there.
Yeah, I mean, they've always been destined to be together, and I think their personalities are so completely different that it will make for good interactions once they do come together.
Sure.
And we'll see in BuddyBrothel.com how and why they come together, because obviously the Silent Knight is hating on Capt'n Heroic right now, and Capt'n Heroic will be friends with anything. So.
And Silent Knight's not exactly in a good place, right?
Yeah, he's really not. He's in a pretty tight spot. I think he got to it in part 1, but I don't think it's completely set where he is now. But that'll come in part 2.
Yeah.
And then they'll meet up, obviously, in chapter 2, and things will happen.
All right, excellent. So there are a couple of little thoughts that were going through my head. Now, we're talking, we defeated the monster that was sent up by Lucifer.
Right.
Now, I'm thinking, who's the next big baddie? And I'm wondering, well, is the hero that was supposed to be the Capt'n Heroic, is he going to make an appearance? Is he going to be pulled out of Shoal and Brian? And, are we going to see that? Or maybe, what was the other one? And then we have Jesus. Is he coming back to Earth like he was instructed to?
Jesus will play a big part in the show, or in the show. It's not a show yet. In the comic, and he's one of my favorite characters to write for, and we'll see how he comes in.
Well, we don't want to give too much away.
Yeah,
right?
I think it'll be fun.
We don't want to give too much away. So if you haven't had a chance to look at Capt'n Heroic, where can we find Capt'n Heroic?
At Capt'nHeroic.com. It's CAPTN Heroic.com, and he's also.
And we'll pop that up above his head.
Up there.
Somewhere over there.
And it's also on Webtoons, Tapastic, whatever they are now. The Duck webcomics, a ton of different places.
And of course, you have Capt'n Heroic's indie comic chat on Facebook.
Facebook group that anybody can join, as long as you like indie comics.
And for those of you that don't know Jonathan, he's also he runs I Love Comic Book Stuff.
Yes.
And it's various
best group.
Well, let's so I Love Comic Book Stuff. I kind of figure I Love Comic Book Stuff is like make comic book collecting fun against cousin.
Yeah.
We get along, we have fun with each other.
Definitely.
You don't want to say sister group because both of we both have like real sister groups. We have a Bicycle Trade page. We've got the Golden Age page. Well, the Golden Age page is taken down, but you've got Misfits and
that's it.
Was that
it? Misfits and
so
stuff.
So yeah. So I mean,
and I think everybody who's a part of one is a part of the other.
Pretty much. Yeah, we share.
Yeah, we're all buddies.
There's no reason for animosity out there.
Join I Love Comics.
Yeah, I love comic book stuff. Make comic book collecting fun again. We're just out here to have fun.
That's right.
So, excellent. Let's see. Anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you want to say about Capt'n Heroic?
I don't know. Read it and find out for yourself.
It's fun. It's fun. I've enjoyed it.
And leave comments if you read it. Leave comments. I want to know what people are thinking.
I just told them what I was thinking.
Yeah. You don't have to leave comments.
But yeah, I mean, I had read it as you were doing the, you do your weekly, it comes out every Monday.
Well, you got it before everybody else too. So
I did have that too, but I haven't, to be honest, I haven't cracked that open. But I read it when you put it out, and then I read it all again before prepping for this little interview. So it's just an enjoyable, fun read, and I encourage you guys to get into it and check it out. And glad to have my first interviewer, Jonathan Greer, Capt'n Heroic. And yeah, we'll pop up some information above our
Glad to
heads.
finally meet in person too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our first time meeting.
Get out and meet people, folks. You're out there. So yeah, I'm meeting someone tomorrow too.
Can I come?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got nothing going on. So. All right, that's it. That's all I have. Be good to each other. Have fun with this. Read some Capt'n Heroic. Support some indie comics. And yeah, watch the next video. Take care.